Hello, beautiful people. Honest Am here, the creator and writer of the Honestly Sis newsletter, a bi-weekly newsletter geared towards millennials who are truly trying to get their shit together. And I am here for another daily motivational video where we use the tarot to become the alchemist of our lives. A little bit about me. I do not choose the tarot. I use God and cusses in the same sentence. And I may mispronounce some things, but if it does not stop Charlemagne the God, it will not stop me. So God, what messages do you have for us today to become the alchemist of our life, to help bring heaven on earth, or just to do magic in public? Make it as plain as possible. 2 cards only. All right. So the 2 cards that came out is depth. Right here we see an angel. He's on a pier and he's about to hop into a ocean. Immediately, angel number 1, when I see this, I feel like God is saying, don't be afraid to go into your emotions. I actually feel like God is saying it's necessary for you to go into your emotions so that you can, see the truth about how you feel about your situation and everything that's going on. The thing is, we have to know what we don't want in order to understand what we do want. If we refuse to look at the truth of a situation, then we're continuing to keep allowing the situation to stay the same. Yes? God is also reminding us about freedom. And again, we see this water again, and we see this angel at a beach just butt ass naked. And I feel like what God is saying is that I feel like he's asking you to explore your emotions, because I feel like he wants you to look at your life, look at the people in your life, look at the things that you are doing in your life. And he really wants you to know, like, ask yourself, are these things bringing you closer to freedom? Are these things making you feel free, or are these things that are hindering you from being the best person that you can be? Angel number 202. All right, God. Clarify this message of depth and freedom. What are you trying to get us to understand about going in our emotions, about making sure that we are aligning ourselves with things, person, and people that make us feel free and that validates our freedom dream? Make it as plain as possible. Last shuffle. So the reason why God wants you to go into your emotion is because this is how you do the work. This is when people say do the work, do the work. What is the work? The work is like looking at your emotions. The work is like looking at the truth of your life and like the truth of yourself. I was recently listening to the Jason Lee and Tamar Braxton interview, and like Tamar was talking about how she realized that she had to look within herself and realize like the role that she played in certain situations not going right and certain things falling apart. And I feel like that's what also God is saying. It's necessary for you to like do that as well. Like it's necessary for you to do the work to see how you contribute to getting yourself where you're in the position where you're in. I also, and when I see this card with depth and this 8 of Pentacles, I can't ignore that. I feel like what God is saying is just do the fucking work. Like outside of the emotional work, I feel like what he's saying is if there's an adventure or there is a project or if there's just a way that you want to be in the world, if you want to be a writer, just be a fucking writer. Like just go do the work. Like stop trying. I feel like that's what I've been hearing that message so strongly. Like stop trying and just do it. If you want to be a filmmaker, be a fucking filmmaker. Go get your ass a camera, start filming some shit. If you want to be a designer, go get your ass some fabric, start designing some shit. Like, stop all of this trying. Like, America has gotten us to think, oh, I gotta have a degree or I need to have a connections, when you really just need to do the fucking work. Put your head down, do your work, do the skills, and become undeniable. Angel number 430. One of my favorite shows that I watch all the time is Project Runway. And sometimes the flyest designers, the ones that are just like, that just have that raw talent, like just edgy, most of the time they be self-taught. Most of the times they have taught themselves how to do, whatever they are doing. And so I feel like also the thing about yeah, it's great to go to school for certain things. Like, yeah, you need to know how to do things. Like, I'm not saying don't get, information, or don't try to go to workshops so that you can learn your craft. But the beauty of not going to school for something and jumping into it. So say, for example, the beauty for me and me being a writer, but I didn't go to school for writing, is when I'm writing my books, I don't know the fucking rules. So I don't have to abide by anybody's rules. Like I can easily make an original piece of work because I'm not up here trying to keep myself to some checklist. Like, I'm not feeling like, oh, I got to do X, Y, and Z in order to do A, B, and C. Like I'm just creating the fucking story that I want to create. And honestly, me in my process of, y'all, my bra, it's like my bra is so good that it's like popping this open. Anyways. 550. Somebody's like, "Ooh, I saw you, nasty." It's like, no, it's okay. I like my titties too. But anyways, what I have been realizing in my process of being, like teaching myself how to be a writer is like, it really is just about telling a good fucking story. At the end of the day, no matter what, is telling a good story. Whether I'm writing a murder mystery or whether I'm writing a book or a movie, it don't matter. Just tell a good fucking story. And so lately I have been telling myself that I'm just focused on making sure that I'm telling good stories. And like, that's why I'm about to start getting myself into my editing mode, because now I understand, I have a framework and I know the story that I want to tell. And so I'm going to do it. God is asking you to go into the depth of your emotions. He's asking you to just do the work physically, mentally, spiritually, because freedom is yours. The Queen of Wands is a woman. It doesn't even have to just be a woman, but the Queen of Wands is just this energy of this woman who gets shit done. Like, people rely on her, angel number 701. People trust her. People are inspired by her. And people aren't inspired by her because she's out here trying to be like, hey guys, let me tell you how great I am. No, people are inspired by her just because she's embodied this freedom, just because she shows people how you can be in the world. Have you ever met somebody who is just like, that they're just so grounded in their self, and like that makes them like attractive? Like, you're just like, damn, that person is so them. Like, they're just so free. Like, you feel me? That's that energy that we all should be trying to embody. I feel like social media and all of this stuff has gotten us so subconscious to where we're like worried about our image and how we look, when we really should just be out here living, doing, getting lost in our own work. Angel number 808. And so with freedom, with the Queen of Wands, I feel like what God is saying is that, you have this capability, this power to not only, connect with the divine, connect with your spiritual side, but you're also able to take that information from the spiritual side and bring it over into reality so that you can put yourself in a position of where you're ruling your kingdom. We have this sunflower here to where it speaks to not only, again, where I was speaking about her energy and just how she be in the world, but this sunflower, it speaks to like nurturing others. You have the sunflower. The thing I love about, I actually did a meditation and I was a sunflower, angel number 845. But the thing that I love about a sunflower is that a sunflower don't give a fuck what's going on. A sunflower is going to be a sunflower. You feel me? Like, I've seen the sun, like, it's like these people have planted this sunflower, plant or flower or whatever, and it's just like so big and it's just out there and it's just soaking up the sun, and it don't care. Like, it's not like self-conscious about like, oh, maybe I should shrink, or maybe it's just like big and out of control. Angel number 819. And so I feel like what God is saying is stop worrying about how you look to others, because that's what's keeping you up at night. You're worried about how others are going to see you. You're worried about how your work looks to others. And I also feel like you're worried about, like, if you get too consumed in your work, if you get too consumed in one area, you're like, well, where does this leave everything else? Like, I feel like you're like, there's so much stuff that's on my mind. There's so many things that I want to conquer, so many projects that I want to do. And I feel like what God is saying is, he's not saying that you can't do all of those things, but I feel like what he's saying is pick one of those things to just focus your energy and your time in, and just pour all yourself into that. And then you'll be able to see, I feel like that one thing is going to lead you to freedom and allow you to become the Queen of Wands, and then you can take care of everything else. I heard that's like the second time I've gotten that message about just focusing on what you need to do right now. God, what blessing comes to us if we were to just focus on ourselves, if we focus on just, doing the work to become the best person that we can be? What if we focus on every day putting our energy and focus on the things that make us feel free and love and joy? How would that end these sleepless nights? Like, how would that end the anxiety? How would that get us closer to freedom, or to bringing heaven on earth, into becoming an alchemist in our lives? Make it as plain as possible. One card. What blessing comes to us? One moment, nothing is happening, and then everything seems to happen at once. A door soon closes, but before you know it, another opens. You walk through into a bright new life, one in which you can be who you truly are. And so I feel like what God is trying to say to someone is that, yes, he knows that your life is in chaos. He knows that there's a whole bunch of stuff going on, and there's probably a million things that you want to fix. Like, you probably want to fix your finances. You probably want to change your clothes, fix your diet. You want to get a new house. And God is saying, I know you want all that, but if you continue to think about all those things that you want, it's going to just continue to overwhelm you, frustrate you, and make you feel like you're out, like you're drowning, and that you can't find a way out. And so what God is saying, just drive forward, make a decision, and just focus on what you can do. Focus on the things that will bring you closer to freedom. Look at this. It's like she's drawing the same thing over and over and over. There's beauty in repetition. I hear God saying there's beauty in, just, it's like a muscle. So whatever you're doing, God is saying, just keep doing it. Keep focusing on a thing that makes you feel good. And eventually he'll close the doors to all those things that were worrying you, and you will eventually look up and be in a new place. Last thing that God is saying is a blessed heart. If you feel that something is missing, look within and you will find it. What is your heart saying? Your heart is the gateway to your soul, and your depth is the eternal you. Know that you are free, protected, and blessed. And remember, this message of depth came out there in a blessed heart. And so I feel like God is really giving you this message very strongly to, like, ignore the outside world. Like, stop focusing on what people are saying you should do, and just focus on the things that make you happy. Angel number 1311. Keep going to these work your light. All right, God, give us one card to clarify this blessing of a door closing. What do you want us to understand about going into the depths of our emotions, about doing the work, about, walking and moving in a way that brings us closer to freedom? How are these endless nights, sleepless nights going to end when we rush towards making our dreams? Let's give us one final message, God. Clarify this message of death and freedom. One card, please. Starseed, what lights you up? And Star Mother, how can you mother yourself? And so I feel like maybe that's why you're like kind of stressed out. Maybe you're looking for something externally to, heal the way that you feel inside. And I feel like God is saying that blessing, that healing that you want, is only going to come from within. Like, so that's why he's saying, stop looking outwards and just go inward. All right, so Starseed. Oh, I'm actually going to read both of these because they're like right next to each other. So let's start with the Star Mother. You are more held than you could possibly imagine. Love and cherish so dearly that if you knew, you would not spend 1 second of your life in separation or worry or fear. Let the mother carry your burdens. Let her rock away your fears. Lie all your worries, regrets, shame, and guilt on her altar. Please, please, sweet child, do not fear. You are love in motion. If you allow it, you are already healed. Let her remind you of your goodness. Let her love away your fears. Your capacity to love and hold others is limited to your capacity to love and hold yourself. Be compassionate with your sweet body, mind, and soul. Treat yourself like the beautiful spirit that you truly are. Remind yourself that you are doing your best and try not to carry it all on your own. You have got this, and the mother has got you. Let her broad arms take you away your burdens. Let her lift the weight of the world off your shoulders. Forgive yourself, my dear sweet child. How can you mother yourself? Beautiful. So I feel like that's what God is saying. Go into your emotions, go within yourself, and know that you're doing the best you can. Know that you are doing the work. You are doing the work. And everything may not be right, and I want you to stop worrying about everything being right and just focus on what you can control. And eventually all that other stuff will fall. It will fall away. You're protected. Call back your power. Cut the cord. Soul retrieval. Final message for the starseed. Starseeds are souls with a double mission: to raise their own consciousness and the consciousness of the planet. They are old souls who have incarnated elsewhere beyond this planet. Many starseeds arrive with the feeling that time is running out and there is something that they are here to do or create or contribute. If you pull this card, it is to confirm that you are a starseed and you are being encouraged to answer the call, to follow what lights you up. Once awake, most starseed souls find it hard to find meaningless conversations. Excuse me. Once awake, most starseed souls find it hard to have meaningless conversation, jobs, and relationships. They innately know there is much more to life and feel that there is something more and get to work. They remain restless until they step into their calling, which lights up the world with their unique presence. Starseeds are scattered all over the planet, in the hospitals, in schools, in slums, and in mansions, on stages and in edited suites, in parks or in neighborhoods, in taxis and in theme parks. Many starseeds spend parts of their lives trying to fit in or in some form of spiritual closet. If you are dimming your light to fit in, it is time that you stop and start embracing the unique light that you came here to share, and treat your time on earth like a glorious vacation. What lights you up? Angel number 18. And so I will leave with you with this message. If there are things that are causing you chaos and strife, if there are things, people, or places that are keeping you up at night, allow this to be the day that you walk away. Allow this to be the day that you decide to move away from that. Allow yourself to have peace. Allow yourself to be loved. Allow yourself to walk in this spirit of freedom. If a lot of stuff is going wrong, focus on that one thing, and then eventually you'll look up and find yourself free. All right, y'all. That is all the messages I have for you, and you're also protected. That's all the messages I have for you. Angel number 1850. If you made it to the end of this message, please give me your key takeaways. If not, at least give me a thumbs up. Until we meet again, dream those dreams. Never let the internet rush you, and never ever let someone tell you what you cannot do. I would just leave you with this. Allow those doors to close. Allow those things that are no longer serving you to fall away, because once you allow that to happen, then you can get the blessings and the freedom that is ultimately deserved to you. Mwah. Take care. Namaste.